So, you don't understand why prompts are a big deal. Not a problem. In the future, the prompt is going to be more valuable than the image themselves. People who are experts in creating good prompts are called prompt engineers. So let's talk about what separates a noob AI artist from a professional. A lot of people wonder why anyone would pay to generate AI art that they could do themselves. But the reason for that is really simple. Unless you're really good at knowing how to type the prompts, you could easily spend over $100 and never get what you want. But a competent prompt engineer could probably spend $1 and get exactly what he wants. If you want to learn to engineer really good prompts, it helps to know what the limitations of the machine are. So for example, let's see how many things we can throw at the machine until it overloads. So let's start with something simple like beautiful young fantasy princess. Okay, now let's add a blue dress. Okay, good so far. Now let's add a prop. So something like an umbrella. Okay, this is where the machine starts to show its cracks. Usually it gets it, but it's starting to put the umbrella in the wrong locations. Let's see what happens if we try and type in a yellow umbrella. Now it's getting really confused, making her yellow, sometimes making the umbrella blue. Let's see if we can fix that with punctuation. Okay, commas don't really seem to affect it. Let's see if we change these commas to periods to see if that makes a difference. Doesn't really seem to make a difference. So the takeaway from this is, you'll get your subject almost 100% of the time, and you can add a prop, but as soon as you start describing the prop, you're getting into wishy-washy territory. There's no guarantee that what you describe is gonna connect beyond one subject and an object. If we try to add something after this, like a pink castle, then yeah, the machine gets all confused. The castle's the wrong color, the dress is the wrong color, sometimes the prop is the wrong color. Just be prepared to get only 2 out of the 3 things you ask for. This is actually one of the few places where engines like DALL-E and I suspect Google Party are going to have the advantage over Stable Diffusion. If we type a watercolor painting of a beautiful young fantasy princess holding a red flower in front of a castle during sunset, trending on ArtStation, you can see it generally does a pretty good job. We got the princess, we got the red flower, we got the castle, and we even got the sunset. So hopefully Stable Diffusion will improve on that pretty soon. So now that you know the limits of the machine, how should you organize your prompt? Well, the best format that I've found is you start with your media. So if it's a portrait or a painting or a photograph, that stuff goes in the front. The next part is your subject. You can try to add an object, but just remember, no more than 2 things. Princess holding a flower, princess in front of a castle, but stick with 2. And then after that comes all your descriptors. Usually these are separated with commas. Some of the best, most common descriptors are beautiful, delicate, ultra detailed, attractive, young, illustration, smooth, sharp. These are the kind of descriptors you want to use if you want to get something pretty. And then at the very end of your prompt should be the artist, or the style that you're trying to emulate. So if you want it drawn by Claude Monet, that goes at the very end here. And you can also mix different artists together. So if you want to combine Claude Monet with Alfonso Mucha, you can do that. By far the most common combination that everyone likes is Artgerm, Greg Rutkowski, and Alfonso Mucha. You can never go wrong with these 3. So just remember the format is type of media, subject object, descriptors, and the artist. That's your format. So if you're trying to generate an image of a princess in a blue dress holding a flower, I would probably word it like beautiful, cottagecore, fantasy, young, blue, Victorian princess holding a flower, full body shot, intricate, elegant, highly detailed, digital painting, trending on ArtStation, concept art, smooth, sharp, focus, illustration by Artgerm and Greg Rutkowski and Alfonso Mucha. Max out the sample rate for the best quality, and there we go. So here's a real example. I have a friend who owns his own small business, and he needed some concept ideas for some red Jordans shoes that he was trying to sell. So I told him, hey, if you give me a 20, I bet I could generate 4 images you would like. And so he took the bet and I went to work. Now in this situation, most beginners would probably type something like shoes, or red shoes, or cool red Jordans shoes. And if you do that, you'll probably get what most of us get, which is some weird mushy image that nobody likes. Now the intermediate AI artist would know that you need to highlight the subject and the setting in order to get what you really want. So the subject is the Jordan shoes, and you want them to be red, but the setting is advertisement. So you might want to try including the word advertisement or even something like ad. And that's a lot better. But the professional AI artist will know that in addition to the subject and the setting, you also need to add the mood, the emotion, and the purpose of the work. So instead of something like Red Jordans 11 advertisement, the pro would probably type in something like epic advertisement of Red Jordans 11 movie poster. And here is where the quality starts to jump up and we start to get the type of images that we want. But we can do better. A seasoned prompt engineer knows that in addition to the subject, the setting, the mood, the emotion, emotion, and the purpose, you will also need to describe the quality, the lens, the source, and the final destination. So instead of an epic advertisement of a red Jordan's 11 movie poster, what we should type is epic 300mm lens professional, promotional, commercial advertisement of red Jordan's 11 movie poster trending on the Nike website. And that is how I got the images that my friend needed. So those are the different levels of AI artist, from noob to engineer.
If you want to become a pro in AI image generation, download the free guide on prompt engineering. Use the link in description.